Hey there, I'm here to show you some of the very basics of KNIME with respect to chemistry, so maybe you'll find it useful in your work. What we're looking at right now is the layout of the KNIME platform. Over here on the left there's an explorer. This is a node repository where you can search for different nodes, and when I say node I'm talking about these little square pictures, and these nodes make up a workflow. Each node is like a little tool that does something to data. So here we've got a fairly simple thing, and this looks fairly standard. You're reading stuff in and then you're joining it. If I wanted to actually run these nodes, I use this little green button up here, and then I can see it's reading something in there. To see what it's reading in, I right click and go to configure, and then it'll show me that it's got a data file here. AID 899, whatever that is. So it looks like this example workflow, I didn't make this, it's very nicely documented by the KNIME people, is reading two things in. Let's just run that one too, and joining them together. I'll run that one too. If I want to do them all at the same time, I could use that all together run button. But then so what's cool about this is I can see along this in each step what's happening, and to do that I right click and then I say there's always down at the bottom there some way to view the output. So I've got a bunch of molecules here, and then the joiner output is going to show me the join table where I put those two data sources together. Okay, so if you wanted to get yourself a copy of KNIME, it's free and you can download it from here. It's built on Eclipse, which is Java, so it runs on all platforms. So you choose your operating system there. And I want to kind of show you one of the good things about it is that there's quite a strong community. I just clicked on the community link over here, and you can see, so I'm going to just have a look at the forum here to see what they're chatting about. And this is very active, and the KNIME folk are pretty nice about providing support. So there's a forum, and then this is the community hub, and this is a place for people to share workflows. If I wanted to save a workflow, I would export it in KNIME like this, and then it would save as a NAR file, and then I can send it around to my friends. And some people here have put their workflows on. So say I wanted to do something with fingerprints. This is going to bring up the nodes and the workflows that are all on here related to fingerprints. I know these are nodes because they have the little pictures like that. And then if I click on one, I can see the details of it. It's ports, so this has got one input port and one output port, and that's telling you what it does, what the options are. That's the stuff that comes up when you click the configuration here. And then sometimes if people have been using it, you might see some workflow examples, and these are super cool. You can get these and then you can download them and you can import them into your KNIME and then check out how it's all working. So KNIME comes with a bunch of standard nodes, which are great, but and those are all listed in here. So there's standard, like, you know, data sciencey stuff, manipulation, IO, analytics, etc. For Cheminformatics and for bioinformatics, most of that's being done by the community, and people are building stuff as we speak. So here in the community page you can see that there's a section for Cheminformatics. This shows a list of the community extensions that people external to KNIME have written, like RDKit. This has some cool stuff. I might actually, I'm going to go and actually make a little workflow using some of that. So up here in the top left, I'm going to say new workflow. And then I have this, I have a molecule of caffeine here on my desktop. So if you have any file that's of, like, you know, a standard sciencey format, like this SDF, I can drag it in here and then it figures out which kind of reader I need. Otherwise, I'd have to be in here typing in a reader and then figure out what kind that I want, but now it knows this is an SDF reader. So when I play this node, it will load my file for me. And then I'm going to click on read, and I can see this is my a nice little picture of my caffeine molecule. But I'm in here to check on some of these RDKit things. So I typed RDKit down here in the node repository, and then it's giving me all of these options. And I'm going to pull out the node that strips salts. Now I want my SDF reader to connect to my salt stripper like that, so that the output from SDF Reader will run into Salt Stripper, and then I'm going to play, and then I can check the output, which is molecules without salts, and I can see here that this is the molecule before and this is the molecule after. Then I'd probably do something like, well, you know, this is a standard thing, maybe write it out to a CSV, connect that, and I'll get a little not happy. No destination location provided. That's what the error message is saying. Alright, so I'd go into configure, and then I would put it on my desktop. File name. Let's call that saltless caffeine. And then I might see that here somewhere. Ah, okay. Is that me? Where's my saltless caffeine? Other people's desktops are tidier than mine. Oh, okay, I gotta run that, so let me run it. And then check on my desktop. And then I'm gonna open this, see what it looks like. External to KNIME. Okay, so now it's generated this CSV, all that stuff, which makes sense to some of you guys. I don't really know. Okay, so that's a very, very basic thing. You know, you can get way more complicated. And so here are some of the tools. I showed you RDKit. There are some next generation sequencing tools also. These are nodes that are specific for NGS. Here's a description of some of them. Bed graph writes out bed files, FastQ writer, and then like some region overlap tools, various things here, and these are all nodes that you find under the node repository if you have installed this next generation sequencing extension. So if I didn't have that extension, I would go into my KNIME and I would say install KNIME extensions. Why am I not having a problem with that? Okay, so I would go into install KNIME extensions, and then I would search for next generation sequencing, and then I could install it that way, and then I would get all these nodes showing up in my node explorer there. And some people get pretty crazy with this. So there's this lady. This is KNIME for bio, so it's an extension that somebody else wrote, and you can see this person going pretty crazy, making a pipeline. So here I guess she's written in a VCF file. She's pretty fast at this. Doing some filtering there. Actually what she's doing now is using this interactive table just to check out the data so that she knows what to filter. She's going to remove the X, Y, and M chromosomes, the regular expression, so you can do this kind of filtering with the regular nodes. I guess she's doing where chromosome is X or Y or M. Alright, I'm showing you this because she's a whole lot better at this than me and obviously has done a lot more things. And I'm going to actually, let's see, what does she do next? Extract format. she's going to extract the GT column. And then she's going to use a filter on that to filter the heterozygous. I guess it's where those columns are not the same, where G and T are different, or GT is different. Normalized by chromosome name. That's a specific node to that extension called KNIME for bio. And just so I just wanted to show you how you can get pretty intense with this stuff. She's built up this gnarly workflow. And now, what's she doing? She's searching NCBI for that gene to reference it. And then getting the PubMed link. Selecting the column that has the PubMed ID. So to summarize, I wanted you just to see that this is a very user-friendly way to build pipelines, be able to examine the data at each point. The user interface is pretty sweet and easy to learn, and the community for KNIME is pretty active and strong. So in subsequent video, I'm going to show you how to do some more advanced chemistry stuff and visualization. Thanks for watching.